very, very early on when I was first putting the pieces of this together, a woman came into my office who thought she was having a heart attack. She had crushing chest pain, difficulty breathing. Her left arm was completely numb, no feeling at all. Left side of her face, totally numb, no feeling. Looks like a heart attack, right? Well, we were right next door to a medical center, and I told my staff, look, we might need an ambulance, but give me 1 minute with her. And so I brought her into my treatment room, and I started doing some testing and found she had a trapped emotion, and the emotion was grief. And so I asked, do we need to know more about this? And the answer was yes. And so I tested, and I found, did this occur in the last year, 2, 3 years before? That's when it landed. That's when it had happened. And she burst into tears suddenly. She says, oh, she said, I can't believe that. If I can't believe that's affecting me. She said, I thought I dealt with all that. And I said, well, what happened? She said her husband was having an affair. She didn't know about it. And then she started putting the pieces together, confronted him with the evidence, and her marriage blew up. And she was so in love with him and was so betrayed and so deep in grief. She cried buckets of tears. She went to therapy for a year and dealt with it mentally and moved on. In fact, she had even gotten remarried. She'd been remarried for about a year to a new guy. As far as she was concerned, that ex was just the ex. It was ancient history. As far as her body was concerned, that grief emotion was so powerful. It was still right there in her body. And when I swiped a few times to release that energy from her, the feeling came back into her arm and into her face within about 3 seconds. And the chest pain, the difficulty breathing just melted away. And she left the office about 10 minutes later after joking with me and my staff. And I remember when she left, I sat down at my desk and I remember thinking, what did I just witness? How in the world can, an emotional event like that cause this? Well, now we know that people die of a broken heart. People die of a broken heart every day. And I believe, honestly, Stacey, that woman would have died of a broken heart, I think. Nobody would have realized it was really her husband's affair that that would have been what killed her. She's still alive and is totally healthy. She's never had any other heart trouble. And that was like 30, I don't even know, over 30 years ago.